We've built entire civilizations around the idea that meaning comes from the outside world, but what if it's the opposite? What if meaning is generated from the inside and everything else is just the map, not the territory?
A theory of reality is not reality, okay? So what you feel, only you feel, not body, you feel, can actually know, and you know inside. And what you can say about what you feel is a small part of what you feel. Olivos theorem, 1 bit per quantum bit.
This flips the script on neuroscience, philosophy, even technology. Because if meaning can't be measured or shared in the traditional sense, then no machine, no matter how powerful, can replicate what it's like to be you. This isn't just about consciousness, it's about reality itself. Because when you realize that the universe doesn't contain meaning, but that you're the source of it, then suddenly you're not a passenger in this world, you're a creator. We like to think of the world as something out there, separate from us, something we can study, manipulate, even control. But this idea rests on a deep assumption that the observer and the observed are two different things. Quantum physics says otherwise. At its deepest level, reality is holistic. It's not built from separate parts. It's made of relationships, fields, and interactions. You can't pull something out of context and still understand what it is, because the moment you isolate it, you destroy what made it meaningful in the first place.
There is no clear boundary between classical and quantum. In other words, we again want to put things into boxes. That's the first mistake. There are no separate boxes. One is holistic. The reality, deeper reality, is holistic, means it's not made of separable parts.
This isn't just theory. It shows up everywhere. In a quantum system, you can't fully describe a particle without including the system that observes it. You can't separate the dancer from the dance. The act of observation is part of the process. But in classical science, we've spent centuries trying to reduce everything to pieces, to break nature down into smaller and smaller parts. Why? Because parts can be measured, parts can be controlled, but fields, relationships, those don't fit neatly into equations. So we started simplifying. We took the infinite and made it binary. True or false, right or wrong, 0 or 1. It made things easier to work with, but in doing so we began mistaking the map for the territory.